Hi guys, and welcome to my review of the Yusicon GY20. Yusicon and Reecho are basically the same thing, basically the same company. I believe Yusicon is the name that is used mainly for the Middle East, for the Far East, and Reecho being more the kind of international name. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the perception I get. Anyway, the Yusicon, the GY20 is their latest IEM. We're talking about an IEM costing $25 to $30. And the package kind of reflects that it's a simple box, nothing too special. The IEM's come over here. Underneath that we get some tips, and then these stickers to put on the faceplate of the actual earphone. And please, you will forgive me, but this is really tacky. This is so tacky that I mean, no. The IEM, and I'll show the IEM now in a second. The IEM is decently built. It's a metal shell. It's decently built, and you're not going to spoil it with that ugly sticker. Okay, as you can see here, the IEMs, they've actually got a nice shell. It's reminiscent of the shell of the Chapeau and Leia, very similar actually. Might actually even be the same or come from the same place. But anyway, that's it. The cable is cable reminded me of the cable that used to come with the BL03 and the BL01. Really nasty cable, and the tips as well are very basic tips. There is talk that this kind of shares the same driver as the SG01, which is sitting over there. In terms of fit, it fits okay, it's fine. I mean, not an issue. It's a really small IEM, so it goes inside of your ear really nicely. Fits pretty deep. Tip obviously is important to make sure that it stays in there, since there's no kind of ears or anything of the sort, or lobes on the actual shell to secure the fit. But it's nice, it's light, it's well built in. It's fine. It's good. That there is no issue. This is it compared to its SG01 brother, let's put it that way. Okay, the SG01, I think, much more nicer in terms of its overall build and everything. I think it's very evident. And straight away there, just the fact that it's got a nicer build, more heft to it, and we're talking about a price difference of maximum $10, I think it justifies going for the SG01. I mean, you can pick the GY20 at LuckLZ Store on AliExpress, and they also carry the SG01. And just recently they had a sale on the SG01. You could pick it up for $35. So one is 25 to 30, the other one is 35, 40. No brainer. And then there's still the over version, which is this one over here, which is basically an SG01 with a very minor retune and a nicer looking shell, in my opinion. This goes for about 50. But in essence, this and this are very similar. The difference that exists in the sound between these two is minimal. Okay, I've got quite a few sets of SG01, and I was able to actually confirm that, and I also got multiple sets of the over, and I also confirmed that the difference that exists is very little. There's a little bit less energy in the 2 to 5K area on the over. That's basically it. All right, as for the GY20 and the SG01, let me just show you here a graph quickly so we can, oops, my apologies. Okay, as for the GY20 and the SG01, what can I say? Well, it's there. The blue line is the SG01 / over. The red line is the GY20, so it's a more pronounced, even V-shape. If one was already a V-shape, the other one is even a further pronounced V-shape. We're talking about a pinna gain somewhere around the area of 16 dBs, for example. And I think it's precisely that. Just that, even the SG01 is actually a nice sound. It's very kind of following the lines of the Blonde 03, just a little bit more energetic in that 2 to 5K area. It's got a little bit more treble extension as well, but overall it's a very similar BL kind of sound, of the BL03 sound, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it thoroughly. The GY20, it's not that it's a bad sounding IEM. No, it's not a bad sounding IEM, but you have things which are better, not as V-shaped, not as pronounced. And the truth is, even if there is the remote possibility that the drivers are exactly the same, which I could only confirm if I actually opened it up, I mean, the SG01 is already got plenty energy. You don't need the more extra energy of the of the GY20 to complicate things. And so if it was already a win for the SG01 in terms of construction and so on and so forth, there's also a win in terms of overall sound. The SG01 is a more balanced sound than the GY20. And then there's this that I'm going to show you now, which is something that some of you maybe didn't know. But okay, if you look at this graph, this is the over, which is the SG01, but with my mod on it, the purple line, and that's the melee, the red line. And the over modified, and it's a very easy mod to do. So SG01 over modified. It's basically got the same curve in terms of the bass up to 2.5. It's spot on the same as the melee, and then it's just a little bit different in the way that it handles that 2.5 to 8K, as you can see. But then it's got a little bit, well, a hell of a lot more extension, and it's very noticeable. You can hear it well. You can feel it. This is a mod that I recommend for those of you that have got the over or the SG01. If you want to polish up the tuning and make it a little bit more, a little bit more grown up, this is an easy way of doing it. It basically does nothing to the area below 2K. I mean, if you look here, you can see below 2K, it's basically maintained itself very similar. It's just the way that it then finishes off the pin again, how it plateaus and creates that plateau. So it becomes a signature very similar to the melee, the aria, to quite a few IEMs. Anyway, guys, that's my take on the GY20. If you want to buy it, go ahead, buy it. Honestly, I wouldn't bother. It's a nice enough looking IEM in terms of its stock format, but just get the SG01. If you want a Reecho, just get the SG01. It's better, period. Alright, as always, like and subscribe. Any questions, please feel free to ask. And yeah, see you in the next one. Take care.